Sure. Hey, y'all. So while we wait on this countdown to get the countdown in, go ahead and throw a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. If you hear music, if you see my screen, all the things, let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that you can, hey, good deal. Good deal. I'm so excited to be back. Woo. Child, we back in this thing. Amen. That's a whole lot of Instagram. Let's get you right. I pay it all up. I don't know if that's better, but here we are. Hey. Hi, Deshaun. Delana, my dear. I was call you Deshaun. That's not your name. Hello, my love. I see we got Sabrina on. Let me know where y'all coming in from. We're about to get into this 5 money-making mistakes as a beauty professional and a business service provider. We're about to get this party started. So just let me know. Let me know, child, where you tuning in from. Thank you. Come on, Dallas in the house. Yeah, let me tell you something. I be trying to help the people. And that's my goal, is to help the humans, because it's important. Okay. It's so important. Okay. All right, y'all. Listen. We're so excited to get into this, to really get this party started. Today, I am Natia. I don't know if everybody knows who I am. My name is Natia Joyner. I am some people call me the Lock Maven. I am a beauty professional. I'm really a creative and entrepreneur. I just happen to be able to create for a living, which I think is super dope. I have a few brands under my belt, but I believe that my assignment in this season is to help other beauty professionals and service providers get to the space of where, my screen ain't even on. What? Let's try this. Come on, there it is. All right, praise God. That I am here to assist beauty professionals and service providers get to the space of having a 6-figure business, and we want to do it the easy way. And so today we're going to talk about the different ways. This brace is about to have to come off, child, because I hear it clanking. We're going to talk about the ways that we need to keep our money, some of the things that we're doing that's making mistakes and all that kind of stuff like that. So I'm ready to jump on in, okay? Because I don't want to keep y'all too long. You know what I'm saying? All right. So again, I am Natia Joyner. I own a few brands. I have yet, praise God, successfully launched a few brands. I have Calm Studios, which is my hair salon. Calm Culture is my candle company. The Lock Maven is my hair care line that is associated with that. Recalibrate Her is one of my online coaching programs. And last night I started talking to you guys about Call to Beauty. That's why we're here today. All right. So like I said, we jumping in tonight. All right. So if this is your first time, I know I see sister. Am I saying your name right? Is it Abrina Child? I messed your whole name up. I have some people that were on last night, and so one, just trying, if you're new to the party, okay, tonight I need you to understand. Oh, yo, if you're not interested, this is for you. Let me slow down. This is for you if you are looking to diversify your income and you're looking to grow your influence. If you're ready to not just go viral for the sake of viral, but you know that the content and the things that you offer people is going to be life-changing, going to be so amazing, all that kind of good stuff, baby, listen, what we want you to do is stay on for this, all right? Number two, this is for you if you're trainable, Jesus. If you're teachable and you're open to being stretched, okay? And if you know the God was calling to another level. One thing I forgot to do last night was pray. And who does that? Baby, I was so excited to get this thing. Brianna. I forgot the whole Brianna. That's gorgeous. Whatever it is, whenever I figure out how to say it, it's gonna be amazing, okay? Brianna or Brianna. Anyway, your name is gorgeous. I'm loving all of that. Here we are. All right. So I got distracted. Let's pray, y'all. Okay. Dear most kind and heavenly Father, God, we love you. We thank you. We honor you. Please come in, hang out with us, Father God. Teach me how to teach your people, Father God. And I pray that they receive everything that they need to take their business to the next level, and do all the amazing things that you have called them to do, and to be able to go higher and new heights, and to be able to change the lives and live the life that you have called them to. We thank you for your life. We thank you for your spirit. We thank you for your wisdom. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Can't believe I got to pray with y'all last time. All right. So this training is for you if you know that God is calling you to another level, right? That's super, super important. All right. This training is not for you if you don't want to be stretched, child. If you like, child, I'm good. I like my comfort zone. I'm not interested in being challenged. Or if you think you know it all, right? I know as a beauty professional, sometimes we get into this space of, child, I've been doing this a while, or this is what works for me. And I get it. But listen, this is one of the things that one of my coaches told me a long time ago, or one of his coaches actually told him. It's like, if you knew everything that you needed to know to be a millionaire, to be where you wanted to be, you would be there by now. So I want you to stay open. I want you to stay in a space where you can learn some more things. All right. So we're going to do a quick recap of yesterday so that I don't just overflood you with information and that you are not being able to retain and comprehend what you need. All right. So we first talked about, so yesterday was about perfecting client attraction, and we got into content creation. We were supposed to be working on customer management, but we end up taking a turn and going more towards content creation, right? So the first thing we want you to do when it comes to your perfect client is think about some of your favorite humans, okay? The people you love to spend time with, the people you love to kick it with. If you are an established beauty professional, the ones that come in and when you see their name on your books, when you see them, whatever, baby, you are excited. You love to see them. You love to serve with them. You love to be with them. Consider everything you know about them. And then number two, we talked about understanding the difference between your target audience and your target clients, okay? And then keeping that in mind when you are sharing and creating content. Because what you have to understand is you think about your favorite humans, you think about everything you know about them, so that when you begin to post and to get out here in these streets and talk, you're acting as if you're talking specifically to those people. I'll say that person, because we want to make sure that, because everybody's going to be different. We'll put them in little buckets, and then you talk to that one person so that it is very clear who you're speaking to and all that kind of good stuff. Number three, I didn't say this yesterday, but that was the gist of what we were talking about, because we did get into content creation and marketing, is that you need to see yourself as a marketer, a digital marketer at that. And that content creation, baby, is your new friend. It is not difficult. It is not crazy. I spoke last night about one of my videos going crazy viral, and I feel some kind of way about it. But it's doing what it's supposed to do, right? And then number four, we want to understand the customer journey and customer acquisition. Like, what does it take to actually get somebody on board with you? What does it take for people to become aware of your brand? We talked about the know, like, trust, and sale factor, all that kind of good stuff. And then basically number five is that when it comes to whatever you're putting out, you want to make sure that there's a way for you to collect people's information, and that you want to be able to communicate whatever you need to say to them and not just relying on social media. Because the way social media is set up, child, you post it today, they won't see it for 3 days later. But if it was something urgent, you want the people to be able to just directly connect with them, okay? So tonight we're getting into the 5 money making mistakes. This is probably one of my favorite things to teach, because I want everybody to have their bag. I want everybody to get all the money that they can get, okay? Legally, praise God. All right, mistake number 1. Your pricing does not match your level of expertise, the customer experience, or your desired lifestyle. All right, so let me break that down for you. When we talk about pricing, okay, I said yesterday that we don't want to be in the competition of getting to the bottom. We're not in business to be the cheapest. We're not doing that. Okay. Yes, when we talked about what kind of customers we have, what is their thing, you want to think about what kind of service you want to offer. Do you want to be known as a value company, or do you want to be known as a luxury company? Like, are you Publix or are you Walmart? Whichever one you're going to be, just, here we are. But I'm going to tell you, your prices still need to be accurate based off what you have experienced. So you're like, when you're thinking about the things that you're doing, think about the things that you've done, you've accomplished. Okay, so did you pay for any type of training? That's something to consider. That has to do with your expertise and your credentials. That has to do with your time. That has to do with the things that you've invested. Have you bought whatever you do? If your hands hurt, child, whatever it is. If you had to buy hair, you need to consider that. If you had to buy a blow dryer, you need to consider that. Shampoo bowls, chairs, all these things are things to consider and have to do with your expertise and your credentials. So I paid for cosmetology school. I paid to take my license. I paid for the hotels, and I did all of these things so that I have to make sure that you understand that when it comes to your pricing, you have to you have to include your expertise. You should be compensated for that, right? I have been doing hair now over 20 years. So I'm not giving you an experience. I'm not giving you something new. I'm not giving you something that I just learned on YouTube. That's not what I'm giving you. So I'm not going to charge you YouTube prices. That's my mentality, right? Another thing you need to consider when setting your price as a beauty professional or a service provider is your lifestyle and your wellness. Now, there was this debate where folks were charging like a bunch of money for something ridiculous, and it was based off of their lifestyle. That's not the same thing that I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, for me, right? I was in a space when I initially started out, and I did it for years. So let me not even say, for the majority of my beauty professional career, I worked 7 days a week. As life went on, that didn't work for me. I'm a mama. I am a mama. I am an active church member at my church. I have other brands and businesses and things like that. And so for me, being at the shop 7 days a week, 24 hours a day did not work for me. It didn't cut out. It wasn't something that worked. It did not serve me, right? And one of the things that would happen, I would make a yearly, really biannually, not biannually, twice a year. Okay, twice a year, I would go to the hospital. Twice a year, I would be in the ER for exhaustion. I went in November around Thanksgiving time, and I went in April around Easter time. Those are some of the busiest times as a beauty professional. Everybody trying to get hair done go sit at their auntie's house for Thanksgiving, and they're trying to get, fancy for the Lord's Day. So that's when I would that's when I would get sick, because I would work so hard, work so much trying to get everybody in that it would leave me sick. And one of the times that I took my trip to the hospital, I had a few clients that I needed to get in contact, or I needed to, service. And I had to tell them, like, yo, I'm in the hospital. Out of, let's say, the 5 people that I contacted, only one of them was like, Tia, don't worry about me. You call me when you're better. Everybody else was like, cool, you free tomorrow? And that was like a light bulb moment for me. And I'm like, okay, Tia, why, number one, if something were to happen to you, they're going to find somebody else to do their hair. And then 2, why are you working like this? So what I had to do is then go in and begin to write down, how much money did I make every day? And were there any trends in anything that I began to see? So what I noticed is that on Tuesdays it fluctuated. Some Tuesdays be up, some Tuesdays were down. So when it came to picking a day that I was going to be off, Tuesday was today. It was inconsistent. So I knocked Tuesday out. And eventually I got all the way down to I started working 4 days a week. So when I started working 4 days a week, I remember the Lord telling me that he needed me to cut another day out. And I was like, sir, I'm confused. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you, I thought we were trying to make more money. Lord, how are you going to tell me to work less? And how's it going to make more money? The first time that I worked less, I want to say I did like maybe a $5 increase on my pricing, and I worked 1 day less. That was the very first month I made $10,000 in 1 month. Maybe I was so confused. I was like, this math don't math. How did I work less and made more? Well, the humans may say that I created a demand. But really what it was, I began to price myself to understand what I needed to do. All right, so the next thing was I want to work even less. That's what I want to do. So I said, okay, Natia, how much money do you want to make a month? Well, let's go back to a year. How much money do I want to make a year? Let's say I want to make $100,000 a year. Well, $100,000 divided by 12 should be somewhere around $8,300. No, that's not, child. What kind of math? Is that right? That might be right. That's why we have calculators, because I want to make sure I'm saying this right to you. All right, so we have $100,000 divided by 12. It's 50,000. What? No, that's not 50,000. Let me tell you about this calculator trying to make me look stupid on the internet. Divided by 12, not 2. Thank you. It was $8,300. All right. So $8,300. We're going to divide that by 4. That's $2,000. Right. So $2,000 a week is what I need to make in order to make $100,000 a year. All right. So what do I need to do? How do I need to make $2,000 a week? How many clients is that? If I provide different services, and we'll get into not doing everything for everybody so that you can begin to streamline that. That's one of our mistakes. But when we're in this, and when we're trying to figure out our desired lifestyle, how much money we want to make and how many days we want to work, what does that look like? All right. So if I charge, let's say $50 a head, I'm charging $50 a head, then in order for me to make $2,000, we'll just make it normal, $2,000 a month divided by 50, that's 40 people. Okay, so that's 40 people. Can you get 40 people in your work week? Right, that's another thing, that's capacity. Do you have the capacity to do what you need to do? So if you don't, let's say, all right, I could only get 30 people in, well, then you need to go bring your price up so that it matches what it is that you're trying to accomplish. All right, so I was able to get to the point where I only work 2 days a week. My price is for average head of about what I do is about $100, and I can get it done in an hour. So $100 an hour is about what I average at the shop, and I can get that in 2 days. That's including my nap, because I told you that's about the lifestyle that I want to live. And now I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm just trying to get the bag. I don't care. I've had people tell me, my little sister walking right here, she was trying to tell me that the folks was charging about whatever they wanted to charge. I think they was charging to part people's hair. That gets stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. I had another client tell me about a girl that she went to, and she paid a deposit. When she went to the lady to get her hair done, the lady went up on her price, and the lady said, well, I'm sorry, I got to pay my rent. Ma'am, that's not how any of this works. That's not what we're doing. That's not how this works. We don't fluctuate our prices the day of. That's not what I mean. Okay, you need to have a plan for all of that. But I digress. Anyway, the customer experience. All right. People pay for amazing experiences, right? Like a hotel is a hotel. The Motel 8, Motel 6, whatever the hotel is a hotel that you sleep in. But the Ritz-Carlton is also a hotel that you sleep in. But the experience that you get is what makes you pay the difference. So that's something else you need to consider when you are considering your prices. People will pay for luxury. A Louis Vuitton bag is a bag, just like a bag for Walmart is a bag. Go with me here. It's a bag, it holds your stuff. One lasts a lot longer, but the experience, the luxury of it all is what we're paying for. So that's something to consider. What can you do in your salon space or in whatever the spaces that you're offering? What can you do to make it more luxurious without wasting a bunch of time? Okay, that's going to be important. What are some upgrades that you can do? Is there a new pillow you can buy to make? What is it? Think about these things to make the experience way better. All right. All right. Mistake number 2 is overcomplicated systems and service menus. Let me tell you, a confused buyer won't buy. If somebody has too many questions, they get confused. If you have too many options, they get confused. The key here is to simplify, to amplify. Again, I'm gonna tell you, don't do all the services to all the people. I should have made that number 1 because that's probably number 3 or number 4. I don't know, but it's one of the money making mistakes. But overcomplicated service menu is a big issue. Okay, when somebody needs to be able to get to you and give you their money as easy as possible. All right, when somebody goes to Instagram, they say, "Oh, I like her work. I think I want to book her." Don't have them calling you, because what if you're busy? What if, you're in the middle of handling a crisis? You still want to be able to get the clients that you need. You want to be able to do that. You don't want it to be a situation, and there are some apps that people use that one of my I guess you could say mentees, she has an app that she uses. But in order for people to book, they have to download the app and create an account. For me, that is too many steps. Because what if I don't have space on my phone, but I really want to book you? Now I got to call you. Then you might answer the phone. Now we're playing phone tag. Try to find the way to make it so easy for people to book you that it's like 1 or 2, 3 steps and they're done. And that they don't have to be confused about what it is that they're getting. Are you getting your hair locked? You start locks? Or what are we doing? So on my calendar, I have basically about 3 different sections, I guess you could say, 3 categories. That's another way to be able to condense what people need. All right, so I have 3 main categories. We have lock maintenance, we have starter lock and specialty appointments, and I may have one that says interlock. That's it. So if you know that you're getting your hair interlock, you should know what that is. And I also have some descriptions, but I try to keep it as simple as possible. There are some people have told me about sites that they've gone to, and the people have so many rules and requirements that they're confused as to what to do. I'll give you an example. The other day, so y'all see my hair, it's doing what it wants to. I tried to do a twist out, and we're working through it. But my goal is to have a hairstyle now, because I no longer have my locks, where I can take a shower, comb my hair a little bit, and I come out and I'm done. Right. And so everybody was telling me about a brand. I can't remember what it's called exactly. But it's a brand of curly. It's supposed to make your hair curly. And I like everybody who I saw whose hair had this really pretty curl. This is what they use. So I went to Target and I saw that they had it. And so I went to grab the very first thing that I saw. And then I saw, wait, they have a curling custard. They have a curling mousse. They got a curling gel, a curling shampoo, and a curling conditioner. And I was like, okay. So it's a system. That's what I tell myself. Okay, it's a system, of course. All right, cool. So maybe I should buy the whole system. Because, as a beauty professional, I understand the whole thing of having a full system because it creates the look all the way through. But I also have my own hair care line. So why am I buying shampoo anyway? So then I look over and the same company has another curling line. And it was like big curl something. And I'm like, now I'm confused. Now I would have had to call and FaceTime the young ladies whose hair that I like the most, or if we just saw each other in Target, I didn't buy. So I didn't buy it. Look, moral of the story is I didn't buy nothing because it was too much. Don't do that to your clients. Don't have it to where, and there's some people who are dedicated. They want you, you're their person. That's what they want. Don't make it difficult for y'all don't play phone tag with the people. Some people are like, Tia, I don't know what to book. Okay, let me simplify this for you so that it can be as easy as possible. So mistake number 2 is overcomplicated systems and service menus. Don't do it. All right. Mistake number 3 is trying to do all the things for all the people. I don't know where this misconception came from, but baby, let it go. Put it in the trash can. That's not what we want. We don't want to serve everybody. Yesterday, we talked about targeting down our clients, bringing it down to where we have a clearer view on who it is that we want to serve. I used to do all things natural hair. And then I became a licensed cosmetologist. So then I did all kind of hair. But I did not start hitting six figures until I came down to one. I had to find what my sweet spot was. What could I do in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of effort that was consistent? What kind of timing was consistent for me, right? So I would do protective styles. It would range, child. We talking, if somebody wanted micro braids, I've been out here a while. Some people might have wanted micro braids. Well, micro braids could really take, at the time, because I did them super tiny, anywhere from 8 to 20 hours. And I am not one of those people who charge by the hour, because I feel like when people charge by the hour, if they're taking more time, then that's their benefit. I don't like that. I'm not, I want people to be clear on what they're going to spend. I do not like surprising clients. There's a reel coming out where I talk about that, and I think that's a big no-no. I think it lacks integrity. People should not be confused about what they're going to end up paying you, right? So I don't prefer that, right? So, because I could do cornrows, right? I could do somebody's cornrows or some lemonade braids, whatever the case may be, and it takes me a certain amount of time, but this pricing is going to be in this price range, all right? So kid style. The babies, they move a lot. And people think because they're kids that you should charge less. Well, your child didn't sit still, your baby's tender-headed, you didn't want to comb their hair, they crying, they flipping out, they need to take a nap, they got to go to the bathroom. Now I have spent 6 hours doing your baby's hair, and it probably should have just taken me 15 minutes. I remember there was a time, one incident, and this is probably when I started cutting this out. I had a young lady just bring me her her baby girl to get her hair washed, but the baby's hair was matted because they had left a style up too long. And one of the things about me is that I'm extremely tender-headed. So I have what some people or people in the South call a soft paw, right? That means that when I braid, when I handle people's hair, I treat everybody like they're tender-headed. Now your hair will still be intact, your braids gonna be nice and to your scalp, but we're not pulling your brains out. You're not losing no hair. So people love to bring me their little girls because they know that I understood. However, because of this shampoo, it's supposed to be a shampoo. I was supposed to take the big, she had like 6 big twists. The goal was to take her 6 big twists out, wash the baby's hair, and just put it back into 2 braids. It took me 6 hours. That doesn't work for me trying to be consistent in the type of income. All right. So relaxers aren't bad. They're pretty streamlined. However, that's product that I have to purchase, and I don't want to do that. All right. But then I found that the whole time I was doing locks, but I would get done doing locks, and people were like, T, I can't believe that you're done. You're done so fast, and the way that you style is amazing. And I'm like, when I started looking at how much money I was making a day, when I realized I had a lot of lock clients, I made more money. So eventually I started phasing out the other services. And, I still have some people like, Tia, you mean tell me I got to find somebody else to do my sewing? My answer is yes. And there's a few other people like, Tia, I'm not going to let anybody else do my sewing. I'm like, you ain't got to talk to me like that. You ain't got to treat me like that. And so what I end up doing then is putting them on a separate day. So Thursdays, I only work 2.5 days. I work Thursday and Friday. You can't have a half day. Thursday and Friday are my days of work. That's when I do all of my lock clients. It's 1 hour, unless they getting something special. When you start getting into special services, anything that's going to take me longer than an hour and a half, I do their hair on Wednesdays. And I only do it a couple of times a month, right? That is what has been able to sustain me at 6 figures, only working in essence part-time. Okay. So don't try to do all the things for all the people. There will be a period of time where you need to perfect what you're doing, and you need time to figure out what your sweet spot is. And then there'll be some times where things begin to shift. Like I no longer do all the things concerning locks. I will do starter locks, and I will do traditional lock maintenance and interlocking and things like that. Like that's what I do. But I try to make sure that I am in a flow to where I have control over my schedule. So there's some people who they do lock extensions. If that's one of the things that you're known for, or that's one of the things that you really want to get into, find a day that maybe is not as busy for you, because it could take a while to do lock extensions, especially if you're making the locks. You want to do that on a day. I do lock extensions on Mondays. And the rest of this stuff is the day that I do it. Or if that is your big bread and butter, then that's what you do on days that are most popular. That wouldn't be what I would tell you to do, but that is what you can do, because people take off of work, y'all. Don't be scared. People take off of work. I don't even work on the weekends no more, and I still make 6 figures only in hair. So we haven't even gotten to candle money. We haven't talked to the haircut money, the online classes, all that. I make 6 figures, over $100,000 a year just in hair, working 2 to 3 days a week. So I believe that it is possible for other humans. Okay. Let's see. All right. And so number 4 is not having everything that your clients want and need. I talked about this yesterday. If there's anything that you're going to tell your clients to go and buy, baby, listen, you need to have it in your shop. Okay. If you're going to tell somebody to go buy a do-rag, you should figure out how you can wholesale do-rags and have them available for sale. I know that Brianna, I don't know. Babe, I'm gonna figure it out. Listen, at the end, you can tell me we're gonna turn all this other stuff, and you tell me names so I can pronounce it right? But I remember you said that you do natural hair and locks. So when let's say you start in somebody's locks and they say, okay, what do I need to do to maintain it? You could tell them, okay, you're gonna need a do-rag depending on what length their hair is, or you're gonna need a bonnet. And you could say, oh, this is what you're gonna need, and this is, I have it here available for sale. Okay. Or you could include it in a price and make it a gift. Like, okay, here's the gift that goes with your starter lock package, whatever the case may be. If your clients, sometimes clients have like, well, I need to wash my hair more. All right, what type of shampoo do you use? Like one of my, outside of the shampoo that I sell for my company, for the Lock Maven, I love like Design Essentials. Well, Design Essentials has in the personal size bottles. The best thing to do is to have that kind of stuff for sale, because they're going to go to a store. They're going to go on Amazon. They're going to go all these places looking for the stuff that you should have already, because they're already ready to spend more money. Okay. That's something that I think is very important. So you need products and you need home care things to sell to your clients. All right. Another thing would be any type of accessory. If there's anything, if anybody's going to go to a store and buy it, then you need to have it in your space. Okay. Another thing is merchandise. People actually are not as trifling as we think, and people love to support you. I did a photo shoot, and I had this guy draw me with my hair to the side. I'm gonna see if I could pull it up for y'all. And my hair was to the side, and it's a cartoon version of me. And so what I had him do was I had somebody put on a hoodie, and all the people loved the hoodie. Okay. And I was being weird, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I don't want my face on people's shirts. And one day my godbrother called me and said, because I had my nieces, his daughters, come on, in the photo shoot with me. And somebody was like, I love that hoodie. It's just a brown girl with locks sit on the side of their head. And she was like, I love that hoodie. Where can I purchase one from? And I was like, y'all, that's weird. It's my face. Well, it's merchandise. You should have some sort of merchandise that people can purchase. It's important. You should let the people purchase from you, okay, and support your brand. It is definitely like brand awareness, okay. Let's see if we can. What? I was trying to show you a picture, but it doesn't want to do right. So here we are. Let's see if we do a little editing so y'all can see the picture. Oh, okay. No, it's okay. I'll show y'all later. But it's really cute. It's really, really, really cute. All right, here we are. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing on here for a second just so that y'all can see my little, I guess it's a caricature is another way to say it. Okay. Can y'all see it? So that's just it. And we had them on hoodies. And the people absolutely loved it. I thought it was amazing. And people want to purchase it. Now, I would be crazy and out of my mind if I were to continue not offering this for the people. Give me a second. I'm going to actually show you the photo of me and my nieces. with the hoodies on. All right, let's do this. We'll share the screen again. Yeah, so that's it. Those are my nieces, those are me. That's me with the hoodie on. But it felt wrong. Don't be like me, y'all. Okay. Don't do that. Go ahead and get what you need. Okay. Sell the stuff, sell the merchandise, promote yourself, promote your brand. That's important. Okay. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. All righty. On to that. So I hope that everybody's clear on how that should flow and work. All right. So mistake number 5 is this concept of booked and busy. No, we are not supposed to be booked and busy. We're supposed to be rested and paid. I want y'all to get that, understand that it is important that we are paid and rested. Peaceful profits is what we want. Booked and busy would have you ending up in the hospital. And I'm not interested in that being what y'all experience is. It's just not a good flow. I've done it one too many times where, I'm working, thinking that I'm doing the best, I'm doing the most, and all these things just ended up in having me sick. You want to be at a point where you are paid and rested. It's the lifestyle. Somebody told us to be booked and busy, baby, don't do it. Somebody told us that we need to hustle, don't do that. Somebody said that we need to grind. Stop that. Nope, that's not going to serve us in this season. There's no longevity in it. In the city that I live in, there's a stylist who is, he's a legend among us. And I remember during the pandemic, I saw him out and he was like, babe, I got to get back to this shop. And I'm like, I know you not. No, you don't. He's like, yeah, I got to get back to the shop, babe. I got to get this money. You do not want to base everything that you do on you having to be present. Because I did hear somebody say one time that being self-employed is just like a glorified job. Let me tell you, it's sweet. I enjoy it. I have been a full-time entrepreneur working for myself for you have a blessed day too. What am I talking about? Here we are. I'm back. All right. So being a full-time entrepreneur is beautiful and all this kind of stuff like that. But if you cannot make money unless you're present, it's not going to serve you well. I remember there was a young lady, another loctician in my city. She ended up having to have her wrist surgery. So her clients had to come to me. Now, I don't believe in competition. I believe in if you do good hair and you can serve the people that we can serve, then we're good and we're together. I rock with you. We're good here. However, you want to still be able to generate income. You don't want to ever have to worry about rushing back to work because you need the money. That's not our goal. It's not what we got going on. Okay. And one of the things I really need y'all to understand is that there is a blessing in the beauty bag, baby. Listen, there's money out here for us to have. In 2022, the beauty industry generated $430 to $525 billion worldwide. Now, I'll just say most of the articles that I read was over $500 billion worldwide in 2022, but there was one article that said 430. You can Google this right now. Google beauty industry revenue, and you will see that there is money to be made here. And if we're talking about worldwide branding, we're talking about, taking things to the next level and bringing ease into your life, child, you need to be able to do more than simply serve your clients. Because here's the thing, when it comes to serving your clients, you may stay in a space of competition. Don't think of it as competition. When you realize, okay, let me teach the people, let me sell something to the people that do the same thing that I do. One of my friends is a cake treat maker, right? She makes the most amazing treats. And she started doing I told y'all yesterday, I'm not a drinker, but they were these little pipettes. And these little pipettes, you could put juice. You could put juice in the pipettes and stick that inside the strawberry. Well, that became popular. Well, the only way that people could get it ultimately was I could get it from AliExpress or from Amazon, which took a few days. Well, Amazon, it comes quick, but whatever. But when she had it on hand, that was better, right? So what you have to think about all the ways that you can make money in the beauty industry that you can automate, that you can have distribution that doesn't bother you and all that good stuff. It's going to be super important for you to be able to make more money doing less work. All right. I know that sounds like a bum, but that's not what we're talking about. We're not being bums, we're being efficient. Okay. And so that is why we're talking about Call to Beauty. All right. Call to Beauty University is an 8-week business mastermind, and it's for aspiring and established beauty professionals, because I want you to scale. Simply put, I want you to go to the next level. We talked about this last night and all the things that come with it. But the truth is, y'all, when I started realizing that there was so much more that I could offer my people than to just be behind a chair, it served. Because let me tell you what I did for a period of time. And this is where things shifted for me. What ended up happening is when I hired an assistant, my goal was to get more people in, right? All right, so I got somebody else in here with me. Let's go ahead and let's just get more people in. So instead of me doing, at the time, 18 heads a day, let's shoot for 25 heads a day. If we can get 25 heads a day, let's get 30 heads a day. Well, what that starts doing is it takes away the experience that I wanted to have with my client. But because I'm trying to get these numbers right, trying to get this money in, trying to do all that stuff, it began to diminish the experience that people had. My time started going all out of the window. No longer was I able to get people in and out in an hour. Now, once I touched their hair, yeah, they would, they got their hair done quick, but they would have to sit and wait. It became a mess. Once I realized, okay, let me scale this back. Let me do something else. This is not it. This isn't working because it's not serving my clients anymore. It's not serving us. Once I realized what I value as the beauty professional, once I understood what I wanted to offer and what I want my brand to be about, I realized that implementing multiple streams of income within this one stream was going to be important. Now, inside of Call to Beauty, we're going to talk about all these amazing things, but I believe in streams that should be streaming. Okay. Calm Studios needs at least 3 different ways that Calm Studios can make me money. Okay. Calm Culture needs at least 3 to 5 ways for it to make me money. The Lock Maven needs 3 or 4 ways that it can make money. Okay. That's important because that can validate whether an idea, got these allergies, thank you, can be validated or not, whether or not you should go forward with this first or whether or not you should go forward with that. And that's some of the things that we're going to talk about and teach. And I'm going to walk you through what the next steps are like. All right. So in module 1, we cover customer experience and salon management systems operation. So we're going to go into customer experience mastery. Again, go to calledtobeauty.com. Called to Beauty. CALLED T0 what? Two. Let's try that again. Called to Beauty. CALLED TOBEAUTY. Child, I need to even go to bed. Okay. Go to calledtobeauty.com and you'll be able to get way more information than what I am sharing right now. All right. So we got module 1. We're going to do customer experience mastery, and we're going to dive into the psychology of clients, the demographics of the psychographics. Like, there's so much that you need to know about your clients, but when you know who you're talking to, it makes the world of difference. Okay. Because then you can, again, talk about the authenticity of who you are and be able to dive deep. All right. We're going to talk about salon management systems because, baby, listen, automation is going to be the way. My pastor tells me all the time that you don't fail because of you choose now, I can't say it. Okay. It's something along the lines of you don't fail because your dreams aren't big enough. That's not what he said. But you fail or your failure falls within your lack of teams and your lack of operation. You fail to your systems. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You fail to your systems, or you only rise to the level of your systems when you get into a space where you want your brand to be able to get bigger, and we want it to be sustainably bigger, because there's a difference between something swelling and something growing. Okay. When something's swollen, it's huge, it's big, but it means that there's an infection. So you don't want it to be where your business just goes and it blows up real fast, but you have no systems in place. So everything is chaotic and you're stressed out and your hair falling out and you sick, you don't want that. But you want to make sure that you are creating sustainable systems for your brand. Okay, then we're also going to talk about monetization and pricing strategies for all the things we're going to create inside of Call to Beauty. All right, module 2, we're going to dig into creating products, your own product line. We're going to talk about product creation. We're going to talk about formulation and production. Do we want to do manufacturing? Do you want to do private label? Do you want it to be distributed at, at Amazon? There's some other distributing companies. Like, how involved do you want to be? And we're going to talk about branding and packaging and all the things that are required for that. In module 3, we're discussing your suite of products. Okay, listen, we want you to be able to understand that you have something to teach. You have tutorials that you can teach your clients. You have tutorials that you can teach other professionals. This is going to be important because digital products, baby, you just record it one time and it can live forever until it's time for you to update it. That can be something very, very simple. Digital products can also include ebooks and structures and all the kind of stuff like that. And then with the way that AI is set up, is that it can help create these things for you. Now, I'm not one of those people who are 100% team AI. Again, I am an artist. I'm in art school as well. And I don't like the fact that they just use a bunch of people's stuff and do how they want to, right? That's not what we're talking about. But there are things where you can, have your ideas and they can expound for you. And you can take the words and help you edit it. You can go to ghostwriters. There's so many different things you can do to have somebody help you along with your digital products and your info products. We can have, like I said, ebooks. You can do coloring books. That's one of my favorite things that I'm ready to offer. You can even do planners. As a beauty professional, you may realize, these are some things that I truly need to have. Well, you can easily get on Canva and make you a planner and sell it. If you are someone that focuses on children, you love to do a bunch of, or you have a great clientele of kid clients, creating a coloring book and having it to sell with little Black girls getting their hair done, little Black boys getting their hair braided, little Shirley Temple curls, like whoever your customer is, you can create products that they would love to buy. Okay, so that is what I mean about digital and info products. All right, and then in module 4, we talk about curating sales and marketing plan, because you have to have a plan, because you're really having a really dope product. It's not just enough. You need to be able to take it to the next level and be able to make sure that it gets before the people who need what you are providing. Okay, and then we talk about live events. Live events are in person and they can be virtual. I talked yesterday about one of my events. It's called Pour It Up. It's a candle making party. It's something like a sip and paint, minus me sipping, okay? But people get to come, they get to pick their own candle colors and all that kind of stuff. Because one, I know how to make candles in my sleep at this point, right? These are things that you want to do. And then of course we have our bonuses, which is the tech and branding pre-work, which is helping you get some of this stuff settled about having I help build websites. Like, y'all, let me say, when I started out, the Holy Spirit is a teacher. Okay, he'll teach you everything you need to know. And I taught myself how to build a website. I built my first website on my cell phone. I built my first Shopify website on my cell phone, and that same website is the website that got me to $100,000. Okay, you can do it, and I'm going to teach it. And then we have another one of our bonuses is our launch period. Yeah, I didn't click on nothing. You understand me? I mean nothing. Look. I just zooming. Child. Okay, so hosting your own events. Okay, so go to calltobeauty.com and learn more. If you have any questions about the program or about anything that we talked about tonight, we're now open for Q&A and all that kind of good stuff. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna say Instagram, we about to log you out. We love you. Bye. And then everybody here in the Zoom land, let me check Facebook. Y'all let me know if y'all have any questions that I can answer about anything. If there's something that we did not cover tonight, I forgot to announce the Instagram. Our Instagram is back. Shout out. I lied. It was fake. Fake news. Tomorrow night we are dealing with kitchen beautician mentality to six-figure CEO mindset, and the journey, the real work that it took me to be able to get my mind right, to be able to even be in the space that I'm at, and the things that I'm doing now to take my business from 6 figures to 7 of them. All right, so let's get in it. All right, so so you can ask, well, tell me, do you want to talk to me, or do you prefer that you type in the chat? Because if you want to, I can unmute you and we can get in. So I'm gonna read the question while I wait for her to answer me. She asks, I want to raise my prices, but I was advised not to since I'm still trying to build my clientele. I'm gonna say raise your prices. Now, here's some things to consider when it comes to raising your prices. Are people complaining about your prices right now? And if so, are these people that you want to continue servicing? Okay. Now I'll be very honest with you. Every time I raise my prices, I lose clients, but I also get new clients. Okay. I get new clients and it replaces the old clients that left. So that's something to consider. I would say go up. Now, I'm not going to say go up $1,000, but you know what your value is at this point. You know where you are. And if you feel, because here's the thing, when it comes to talking to okay. Here's the thing that I think about. When there's certain services that I'm doing, if I stop enjoying provided, so if they're not complaining, go up. Go slowly. And you can even give them an announcement that you're going up. Yeah, because you want to make sure that it's worth your time. And you don't want to feel like you're drained, because that's how a lot of people end up quitting the beauty industry, because they feel like they can't go higher. They feel like they can't do more. And I don't believe in the whole concept of doing a whole bunch of discounts and wearing yourself out just because you're at the beginning. I think that the attitude is what makes the difference. The attitude is to having the posture of humility. I think that's so major. I think how you handle your clients, how you love on them, this is what you need to do. One, the whole world is going up on everything. Okay. So going up on your prices is not a bad thing. Give them a period of time, an introductory price. You can have an old price for your old clients for a while. One of the things I did, because, and this is okay, so this is when I talked about having a way to communicate with your clients. One of the things that I did is I told my clients, hey, in January, November, October, whatever, give them some time. I'm going up on this. All right. And here is a loyalty code. It's only in the email that they get this. You have to enter in loyalty in order to use this discount when you book your appointment. Most of the people did not use the loyalty discount. They just started paying the new prices. So I said, go up. That way, the new people that are coming in are already used to your new prices. And if people aren't complaining, and most people don't complain, they just go somewhere else. But if you're seeing retention, if people are coming back, they're consistent with you. If people are tipping you more, that's a good gauge. And another thing you might want to do, and this is, because I do remember that you said that you do locks and natural hair services. See if there's some things that you need to break apart and not make so included. So one of the things, because it took more time for me. So like, let's say rope twists, right? Let's say somebody wanted to get their locks retwisted and then they wanted to have their hair roped or 2-strand twisted. Well, that took more time. So, excuse me, what I did was I initially had it considered like an intricate style, but then I just made it a thing. Rope twist with lock maintenance, $135. This what you want, this is what you're gonna get. My service included a basic style. But if you wanted your hair, if you want a pipe cleaners and things like that, I just changed it where it says pipe cleaner curls. That's how that worked. So I'm definitely for going up on your prices, but making sure that it's worth it and that you have a sweet spirit about it. I always say it's definitely time to go up on your price. And when people say, child, I used to pay so much more, and I get all this, yeah, it's time to go up. I remember I was charging $65 a head for locks, and it included whatever style you wanted to get. That was a few years ago. And I was like, No, we don't want it no more. So that is, that's my opinion. I hope that helps. No problem. Like I said, I'm here to serve. So, anybody have any more questions? I'm supposed to be checking Facebook, child. Clearly, I didn't check. That I could helps the people with. Let's see. Okay. All right, y'all. If I don't have any more questions, then I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Okay, we are dealing with the mindset and the mentality and somewhat of my journey to being a six-figure CEO, and the ways that it's going to help you to be able to get past what other people say and know what's going to be best for you. All right. So we're going to be here tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific, because I was about to say specific. Baby, listen, it's late. Yeah, we're going to gather tomorrow, and that'll be the conclusion of our 3-day challenge. Again, go to calledtobeauty.com and get more information. Sign up. It's going to be a blessing. We're going to gather, because let me tell you something. I've been at this a while, and I do not want to hold back. I want to give you all the information that we got. If you have any questions, you can DM me. My Instagram name is Nateah, NATEAH.KALM. You should go follow me over there anyway. We have some pretty hilarious videos that are here to help people. Okay. So I love you guys for real. For real. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Let's see.